Hey friends, welcome to our NATS discussion for the winter workshop in Miami in January. Okay, seriously though, I am so excited to speak to a woman who is my friend, my colleague, and a presenter at the workshop. She is so amazing. Friends, Markwart Deveaux is here.
Hello. Thank you for having me today. And thank you for having me in January. I've never been to Miami. And I have a picture in my mind of its amazing gloriousness.
Yes.
And I cannot wait to just walk out of the airplane and be embraced by the magnificent specific culture of Miami. Ooh. So I'm excited to go, and I hope I get to play with some people who are also coming to the workshop.
I love how you just said that, Michelle, because Miami is a thriving, beautiful place. Let's be serious though. Let's talk about what you are going to be talking about and your first presentation, which is literally the first one of the whole workshop. I mean, it's fancy. I'm going to say it fancy. Ready? Yep. Before the tech stack, systems. How did I do?
Well done. Bravo. Bravo.
All right. Well, tell me about what that means, my friend. Tell me.
Oh, yes. So whether you are an independent teacher or you are all in academia or adjunct or whatever, I think one of the major things that creatives at large struggle with, and then I've definitely seen voice teachers struggle with, is kind of shiny object syndrome, which is this idea where a new tool or a new capability or a new resource that is technical, usually an internet or a software or even a piece of hardware, comes onto the scene, and the immediate, because we get excited about toys, is to jump on that tech. And sadly, I think that sometimes when we make those choices without being intentional about where they fit into our studio, into our business, into the program that we're teaching for, when we don't really think about our overall mission and vision of what we're trying to do and our overall goals, we can tend to kind of just grab tools and toys and spend a lot of unnecessary time, money, frustration on tools that don't actually get us what we're trying to accomplish. And so my hope is for this presentation that we're kind of setting the whole weekend up as people are going to be talking about specific technical systems and specific tech for the studio, that we're setting it up as like asking those questions. What are my goals? What am I trying to accomplish in this standard operating procedure? And everybody has standard operating procedures. It's not just businesses. You have one when you brush your teeth, you have one when you do the dishes, and you have one when you bill clients, right? And you have one when you teach at a university and programs and how you do juries and all of this. There's always standard operating procedures. So the goal is that people would recognize that and then say, what can I accomplish if I add this tech tool? Will it actually serve my ultimate purpose and the purpose of my studio, my program, my business? And then once the system and my desired outcomes are decided, what's the tech that I need to make that happen? Rather than like, oh, cool, shiny object, I'm going to try to do it. And then it's totally out of alignment. And it really just kind of ruins what you were trying to do in the first place.
Oh, I love this so much. I will be at the front of the line, politely, of course. But I love this so much because that's exactly what happens, the shiny object syndrome. You know, I'll be talking about specific softwares and apps later on in the weekend. And one of my goals is to make sure that people don't, oh, I want to try that thing that Karen just said. So it's so perfect. It's so wonderful that you're starting us off in that way to put our minds in the right place and guide us through to what works for us and what works for our businesses. Right. So
yeah, absolutely.
That's fantastic, Michelle. Now, the second one, when is the second one? It's on Saturday. Is that correct?
Saturday afternoon, evening. Perfect. Like I think it's the last session on Saturday.
Oh, nice.
And that bookends.
Oh, they're bookends. I love it. So this one, okay, I love the name. You're very clever with naming.
Thank you.
And here it is. Pay attention to the tech behind the curtain.
Yes.
How did I do?
I mean, I think you did great. I hope that people actually get that reference and it's
Well,
not too obscure.
I think it's the Oz reference. Am I correct?
You are correct, but I reached for that one, so we'll see if it makes sense.
Well, tell us about it so that it really gets inside of our brains and makes sense.
Yeah. So when 𝗟𝗏 and he's the VP of making this happen for all of us, all of you who are coming, we had this really frank conversation at NATS Chicago where we were talking about, you can look at someone's studio, someone's business, someone's program from the outside. Mm-hmm. And very rarely are people willing to really be like, let me show you under the hood. Let me really show you all the tech we use, how we use it, why we chose this over what looked like it could have been a better option or worse option. Let us tell you how we decided how to use what we use, because there's a lot of you should have this, you should do this, you should. There's a lot of shoulding going around. And I think it's so valuable. Like, I know in my own business ownership journey and in my own voice teaching journey, my own pedagogy journey, literally being able to just sit down with a person who from the outside looked like they had built something that looked like something I wanted to build, and just saying, how did you do that? How did you teach that? How did you create that? How are you doing billing? How are you doing, you have a membership site. What does that even look like? I really believe in transparency of business as a way to help other people succeed. And so I'm really excited because 𝗟𝗏 was kind of like, you'd be willing to like tell people that? I'm like, of course I would be willing to tell people that. How else are people going to know? And that doesn't mean that my choices and my systems and my tech is perfect for everybody. Right. But what I'm really hoping for in this session is that it's very interactional, very conversational, that it's literally an ask me anything. And I will show you, I will tell you, I will be transparent. I will talk about the failures. I will talk about the mistakes we've made. I've talked about the great decisions that we've made, and just give people a chance to be like, I really want to do this thing. I don't know how to do it. I'm afraid. And I'm kind of also bringing kind of my coaching hat to that session so that people do have questions, that we can just do some on the spot, just 5-minute mini coaching. Like, what do you need to do? Because sometimes just having someone help you pull apart that necklace, like it's like a knotted chain necklace, right?
Yes.
Just having someone like there with the little pins or needles to kind of loosen it up for you can really set you on the path of making some really smart decisions about how you're going to use tech in your own studio or business. So I'm really hoping people will find that valuable, because I just know how valuable those kinds of things have been for me in my journey.
I was just going to say, what an incredible, highly valuable thing to, first of all, have an ask me anything, Michelle, and I like to think of this as a build in public. That's sort of that hashtag that I like to talk about and use. Yeah, build in public is incredible. And that's exactly how I've learned to do quite a few things. And your generosity and other people that I follow have done that. And it's literally invaluable. And I think that the ask me anythings are truly, literally, I go back to the perfect word, which is priceless and invaluable. So Michelle, thank you so much. I am thrilled to see you as a person and as a coach, and to watch all of this. And friends, remember, you want to get your registration in as soon as you can. If you have any questions, you can always reach out in the DMs. I'm the one looking for all those. You can write our ladies and gentlemen in the office, and they are happy to help you. And we are just so excited to see you in Miami in January.
Save time for a beverage with me.
Ooh, nice. All right, friends. Thank you, Michelle. And thanks to everyone. We'll see you again soon.